Thailand has confirmed the deployment of its F-16 fighter jets in response to escalating tensions with Cambodian forces along the disputed border region. The move comes after weeks of rising hostility, marked by sporadic skirmishes, artillery exchanges, and accusations from both sides over violations of territorial sovereignty. According to Thai defense officials, the F-16 deployment is intended as a deterrent measure, aimed at preventing further incursions and protecting Thai troops stationed in the area. Cambodian authorities, however, have accused Thailand of provocation, warning that such actions could lead to a full-scale military confrontation if diplomatic solutions fail. The disputed area, centered around the Preah Vihear temple and surrounding territory, has been a flashpoint for decades. Historical claims, colonial-era maps, and competing narratives about ownership have fueled nationalist sentiment in both countries. In recent days, military activity on both sides of the border has intensified, with Thai forces fortifying positions and Cambodian troops reportedly moving artillery units closer to contested zones. Witnesses from nearby villages have reported hearing gunfire and explosions, prompting hundreds of civilians to flee their homes in search of safety. Humanitarian organizations have expressed concern about the growing number of displaced families and the potential for a refugee crisis if the fighting continues. Thai military sources state that the F-16s are conducting patrols and reconnaissance flights, ready to provide air cover for ground forces if necessary. These multi-role fighter jets, capable of precision strikes and rapid deployment, represent a significant escalation in Thailand's military posture. Cambodian military spokesmen have responded by asserting their right to defend national sovereignty, claiming that their forces are on high alert and prepared to retaliate if attacked. Both governments have accused each other of starting the recent clashes, each releasing images and videos purportedly showing the other side firing first. The escalation has drawn regional and international attention. ASEAN, of which both Thailand and Cambodia are members, has called for restraint and urged both sides to return to the negotiating table. The United Nations has also expressed concern, warning that a prolonged conflict could destabilize the region and undermine economic cooperation between Southeast Asian nations. Despite these appeals, nationalist rhetoric in both countries has been amplified by state and social media, with citizens calling on their governments to defend territorial claims without compromise. In the affected border regions, the human toll is already being felt. Farmers have been forced to abandon their fields, schools have closed, and local markets have emptied as fear of further violence spreads. Temporary shelters have been set up by local authorities, but resources are stretched thin, and medical teams are struggling to cope with casualties from the fighting. The situation is further complicated by the rugged terrain, which makes it difficult to deliver aid and evacuate vulnerable populations. Thailand's decision to mobilize F-16 fighter jets is seen by analysts as a calculated risk, sending a strong message of military capability while also raising the stakes for any future engagement. The Thai Air Force has stated that the deployment is purely defensive, but defense experts warn that once advanced fighter aircraft are introduced into a volatile conflict zone, the chances of rapid escalation increase significantly. Any miscalculation, such as an airstrike gone wrong or an accidental crossing of the border by an aircraft, could trigger a chain reaction leading to a broader war. Cambodia, meanwhile, has sought to strengthen its alliances, reportedly reaching out to friendly nations for diplomatic and possibly military support. Phnom Penh has emphasized that it remains committed to peaceful dialogue but will not back down from defending what it considers its rightful territory. Military drills in the region, featuring anti-aircraft systems and mechanized units, have been publicized by Cambodian media in what appears to be a show of strength aimed at deterring Thai air operations. The history between the two nations adds another layer of complexity. While trade and cultural exchange have flourished in recent years, unresolved border disputes have repeatedly flared into violence. The most recent serious clashes occurred in the early 2010s, leading to dozens of deaths and displacement of thousands. The International Court of Justice has ruled on certain aspects of the dispute in the past, but implementation of its decisions has been contested, leaving the situation in a state of fragile uncertainty. Diplomats fear that without urgent mediation, the latest round of tensions could spiral out of control. The presence of advanced airpower such as Thailand's F-16s is a reminder that both nations have the means to inflict serious damage on each other, but also that restraint is crucial to avoiding disaster. Calls for bilateral talks have so far yielded little progress, as both sides demand that the other withdraw forces first, a stalemate that leaves the region on edge. For now, the skies over the border remain tense, with Thai F-16s flying missions and Cambodian radar operators tracking every movement. Villagers on both sides live in uncertainty, their lives overshadowed by the roar of jet engines and the distant sound of artillery. The next few days may prove critical in determining whether this conflict subsides through diplomacy or escalates into one of Southeast Asia's most dangerous confrontations in recent years.